Hello, welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching Ramen Daisuki Koizumi-San. You would think by now I would remember the name of the show, but I still don't. Or I at least can't remember in what order it's said. If that makes sense at all. I don't know. Last week was a Koizumi and Yu episode where they focused more on those two and Yu trying to get Koizumi to be her friend, or whatever she's trying to get her to be. She was trying to get her to hang out with her a bit, asking her to go to basically McDonald's. I mean, they can't use the name McDonald's, so it was called something else. But she was asking if she'd ever been to a place like that, because, she only goes to ramen places. But Koizumi has been to one, but only in Hawaii, because the ones in Hawaii serve ramen. So she would go there to get ramen. She was actually, Yu was actually surprised because she didn't know that they had ramen in, Hawaii. But Koizumi said there was actually quite a few ramen shops or ramen restaurants there. But Yu was going to ask her if she wanted to go and get a burger or something, and wasn't sure if she would actually go because it's not ramen. Which Koizumi tells her that she has had a burger before, but it actually came with a ramen. It was like a combo: ramen, burger, and I believe fries. Let me see. I can't remember what one section. Oh, they did end up going to a ramen place. You kind of annoyed Koizumi into allowing her to join her at a ramen place. But the place they went to, they did not even sit next to each other. And it had, dividers between each person. Because you were sitting next to somebody else, but the dividers were there to, privacy and all that. The order takers were behind walls, so when you were ready, they just rolled up like some kind of like a blind made out of bamboo. They would roll that up, take your order, and then bring your ramen right to you. Like I said, they didn't actually sit next to each other. They were actually on opposite sides of the restaurant. To Yu's dismay. Because she wanted to talk to her and get to know her a bit better, but that didn't happen. And then once they were done eating, they just left. They went their separate ways because that was the deal. She would let her go with her, but they had to separate from each other as soon as they were done. Once they left the restaurant, they both went their separate ways, and she wasn't too happy with how everything turned out. But she was happy with getting some good ramen, so that worked out in that aspect. The final part, Yu was walking down a street and saw Koizumi lying on the ground and runs over to see if she's okay because there are people gathering around her. And she sees that she's in front of a ramen place that's closed. And Koizumi weakly mentions that she forgot that they were closed that day. And she had not eaten yet, so she was weak from not having any food and just passed out. So Yu picks her up and takes her to her place where she lets her sleep on her couch. And when she wakes up, she offers to make her some food. I believe Koizumi actually turned it down at first, but you talked her into it because she was going to make her ramen. So she went in, made her ramen, gave it to Koizumi, who loved it, and then she offered to make her more. Different types of ramen this time. I think she had another 3 bowls. Each of them were different styles. And she loved all of them. So Koizumi tells her that she'd repay her, for feeding her the ramen and for kind of being a bother, which, I mean, she wasn't a bother at all. So the next time at school, or the next time they show them at school, Yu opens up her locker and a bunch of coupons come out of her locker. And when she picks them up, they're all the ramen places. And she looks over and she sees Koizumi kind of peeking around the lockers. And she says, that's, for giving me ramen the other day. And then runs off. So basically, she repaid her by giving her coupons for all kinds of ramen shops. I think there was like 20 or 30 in there. I could be way off. And then she just kept running up to her saying, so does this mean you're going to go to me to these places? Or, we're going to hang out? And she kept saying, no. But you, being you, wasn't taking no for an answer. And that's about where it left off. So I'm expecting them to go to more ramen places, eat more delicious looking food. That's going to make me hungry for ramen, which I actually got the other day. I bought some ramen because of this series. But anyway, the video is going to be located over here, and the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1.